But here we are again, and we are going to see what Kyoko has to say about Naomi. Alright, I
I
hope you guys are ready.
used to be on the athletics team.
Really? Telling her now, telling her now that I already knew telling her now that I already knew that is probably out of the question.
Well, as you can tell, I don't do that sort of thing anymore.
Lifting her sunken head, Kyoko turns to face me. A clear look of her woe-struck face. A set of usually puffy cheeks, now reddened with the sparkling trails of teardrops streaming down them. Her lips, still soft and glossy, being scrunched down as her teeth sink anxiously into them.
I used to be friends with her. You know that, right?
There should be more crying in this, but okay.
We used to do everything together.
Continue to build sorrow in her heart. The words of Kyoko cause my own beat passionately. Sorry. Oh my god. The words of Kyoko cause my own to beat passionately as a sense of empathy builds up within. Despite knowing the truth, knowing how much Naomi cares about her, it's still hard to contemplate how big their disconnect really is. Two best friends, two teammates, torn apart by what's ultimately a misunderstanding. An idiotic one. Sure, but Naomi's intentions were never hostile.
There were rumors. I'm guessing you've heard.
The rumors. Of course I've heard. Had never seemed so apparent until now. Before I knew her, the odd conversation, pieces of gossip, all that had made it to my ears. I thought they were about tests, about her intelligence. I'd always thought they were wrong.
They ruined my race. She ruined my race.
Ooh, Kyoko. Naomi ruined your
It
race.
made me look like I cheated. That's why it's hard to forgive her.
Oh, Kyoko. Their tears now flowing. All I can do is hold back the desire to comfort Kyoko. Whether it be appropriate or not, I can't really judge the given the complexity of the situation. What do I know? Is that stuff like this really isn't stuff like this really isn't easy on my heart? The feelings within me are tearing me apart as each day of this continues. Each day focusing on these two girls that I had hardly known 2 weeks ago. Kyoko lifts her eyes upwards to meet mine. The real image of her sadness now ever so clear as our minds lock onto one another. I can't see her like this anymore. Defend Naomi or support Kyoko. I think we have to build their bond. And I think defend Naomi is the right one. Her eyes are waiting for an answer. The only thing that really comes to mind is her feelings. Not Kyoko's, but Naomi's. A girl distraught over her own actions. That's clear enough from spending so much time around her. But today, I could tell her pain had gotten worse. She's desperate. It might be hard to forgive her, but I think she knows that. For you to be such good friends, I can't see why she'd suddenly turn on you. She wouldn't just mess up your race out of malice. It's probably a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding?
She was your best friend, right? Kyoko's eyes still tell a different story. That of hurt. No matter how smart she really is, nobody's able to find the truths they need they need that easily. The mask of emotions, covering up what both of them really feel.
It could be, but she kept her distance.
Oh, no.
I can't help but think she was scared. I was the second best on the team.
Oh, jealousy. So Kyoko thinks that Naomi is jealous and doesn't want her to beat her.
I don't know. I'm going to take some time to think about it.
Oh no. Wiping away the tears meandering down her cheeks, Kyoko looks up with a smile that, as cute as it is, really pulls on my heartstrings. The girl once filled with sadness, now beaming towards me, even though she's still filled with sadness anyway. Just goes to show how far our relationship really has come. Yet, I still need to work things out with Naomi. The train screeching to a stop, a quick glance out of the window shows that we've arrived at our stop. Hopefully Naomi realizes this. She'd probably be blaming me for being stuck on the toilet. Looks like we're here.
Coincidentally, I also happen to be getting off at this stop.
Really?
Promise. Who is she, anyway?
Just an old friend.
You mean an old acquaintance? No, wait. That still implies we're pretty close. An old stranger.
She's just a person. Door sliding open. Our conversation stops abruptly as the three of us make our way out of the train. Met by the looming evening sky, a quick glimpse behind my back reveals a familiar figure in the distance. I guess we'll have to see each other tomorrow. No way.
Your room is disgusting.
I agree.
Yo, who is this, bro? Why she keeps coming? She keeps following us. Why are you even here? For Naomi to be here is one thing, but for Sai as well? It's a situation I didn't expect to find myself in. From departing with Kyoko, it didn't take long for Naomi to sprint up to us with her abilities. But then say, "I'm tired, let me in to rest." Defeats the whole purpose of using the energy to run up to us in the first place. She doesn't even look tired. Of course, Sai had to come in as well, contradicting what she said earlier.
There's a surprising lack of tissues in here.
Huh? Tissue? Pointing towards my bin, all I can do is sigh as Naomi continues to rummage through my room. Why are you even looking? Do you get off on this or something? I thought you hated me.
No, I don't hate you.
Yet she doesn't deny the thrills from invading my privacy.
Check beneath his bed. There's probably a sock under there.
The crispy sock. Yeah, she's trying to say I'm a gooner. Don't look under there. Naomi reaches it cautiously, her hand tucked away into her jacket sleeve. Slowly drags out what I absolutely didn't want her to see. A strewn collection of magazines, each one slightly worn from years of use. This didn't happen. This didn't have to happen.
Origami Digest.
What's wrong with having a hobby? You like running, right? Kyoko likes science.
I knew you were a weirdo, but I'd feel less disgusted if I actually found porno.
Me too. Who gets off to origami?
That's not what they're used for. And why would anyone use porno mags in this day and age when we have the internet? Almost in sync. Naomi slightly look over towards my desk. My laptop still on standby. Makes a whirring noise, adding more pain to the silence. Don't even think about it.
I wouldn't want to touch it anyway.
That stubble says otherwise. You're so disgusted. Why don't you just leave? I do have work to do.
I thought you would have wanted to spend time with me. I wanted to spend time with you.
Naomi trails off, looking blissfully towards her window as a look of thought withering in her eyes. I wonder what she's thinking.
Anyway, I should probably get going.
If she's going, then I'll join her. But thanks for the tour.
It's not as if you were invited. Walking towards my door, I let out a last set of words to the girl before me, caught up with her own melancholic world. Naomi. Turning around, she stares at me with a set of weary eyes before looking away with a soft blush. Thanks for today. I enjoyed it. Stopped by a brief bit of hesitation, Naomi finally manages to speak up after leaving her mouth ajar. Thoughts hanging in the air.
I enjoyed it too.
My heart now beating. Still words which could hear again and again her voice. Naomi. Bro, we're falling for Naomi right now. Damn, she wanted to spend time with me. Morning sunlight seeping through the windows, the class settles down in a state of silence as the usual study sessions begin. The usual atmosphere riffled with conversation, gossip, and giggles, now tranquil as we focus on the work before us. Well, most people. Having spent the day yesterday with Naomi, I can't help but think more about the relationship between the two of them. The world I'd happen to uncover all from opening one. All from opening one small door. It's a situation I couldn't have expected to find myself in. What normal guy goes about his high school life trying to make people friends again? I really could be doing something else. But it's not as though I'd want to. Catching up with the scrabbles of the chalkboard, I avert my eyes from the light and duck my head down into the book with haste. I really don't want to be caught out there by the teacher. The striking of the bell marks the end of the class once again. The previously muted chatter and gossip now spring full back into action as the class erupts with noise. It's lunch, so no doubt something interesting is bound to happen. Recently, after having spent so much time with Kyoko and Naomi, my day life is always filled with uproar, cute moments, which I'd miss if things reverted how they were before. Both of these girls are now part of my life. They're my friends. I want them to be friends again, too.
Natsumi, I forgot my lunch money. What? Again? It's not my fault.
Walking through the convoluted room, classmates sprawling in, out and around the room during the break. I approach Kyoko's desk as usual to find herself focused intently on something in her hands. What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix it.
Peering towards the item, I can see a small plastic pipette embraced between her small, pale fingers. You're not going to fix that.
I can.
The pipette, clearly bent out of shape, remains dented and twisted no matter how hard Kyoko tugs and presses on it.
What if I try biting
I do
it?
stream. I do stream. This is for my YouTube channel. That's not going to work.
Whatever. I'll just get another one from the club room. I'll have to see you later. There's work to do.
That, or she just wants more time to try out the new goodies she bought yesterday, knowing all too well that I'd favor eating over experiments. Alright. Do you want me to bring you back anything?
It's fine.
Not even an orange juice?
I brought my own.
Raising her hands in her usual happy manner, Kyoko smiles widely. shouting out her words energetically, enough to get us a few looks. Still, seeing her like this really is sweet. Her cute puffy cheeks gracing her silky brown hair as she takes a moment to finally tie it back in her trademark style.
I'll see you later.
Where's her glasses, bro? I'll see you too. Leaving Kyoko to her business, she treats me the one last glimpse of her cute, captivating smile before I head out into the corridor. The sounds of students still present remain muffled behind the walls as I make my way down the now emptying corridors. It's no surprise to be late to lunch, but it's not as though I really mind. With Naomi being one to prowl the school during lunch breaks, maybe I can actually find her and tell her what I've learned from Kyoko. It's either that, or the desire to speak to her itself pushing me further towards the cafeteria. Anyway, watching this at 5 a.m. Well, Brent, relax. I'm not playing Sparking Zero at 5 a.m. just so you can laugh. As usual, the cafeteria is full of life as the people around gather at tables to eat and talk. Their daily routines. The stragglers like myself, left to fend for the remaining food they can get, and the noise within the room increase to that typical school levels. The now afternoon sun now beating through the windows, leaving me famished for a drink as I stroll leisurely towards the vending machines. To be honest, I need something to refresh myself after dealing with all the commotion this past week.
Where do you think you're going?
Stopping in my path, I almost choke as Naomi speaks up, grabbing me by the collar as she does so. Her skin briefly skirting across the back of my neck. It's still as soft as I expected it to be. Considering this was a girl who had a problem even looking at me, she seems awfully comfortable confronting me with most of the school and her audience. I'm gonna get a drink.
Here.
Thrusting a bottle into my hands, chill with a drink in the warmth of her hands that makes to create a unique sensation on my fingertips. Her face showing what's now a commonly embarrassed expression. It's shyly shifting away from my own as she continues to speak up.
Come with me. Please.
Oh, I can do that. We can do that. We can figure something out with that. That's easy. Naomi, now tugging at my sleeve, looks up with a shyly woolly expression. Look coating her face that I'd rather not see, in contrast to her usual beauty. Even if I do face her wrath, her usual insults and jabs, I can't deny that she's rather attractive. She didn't top both the guys and the girls list for no reason. Walking around with her, my eyes catch the heads of various people in the room tilt towards us. Oh my god. Sure, it's not that many, but our presence doesn't go unheeded in the room. A true reflection of Naomi's popularity. Despite spending so much time with her, despite getting so close to her, I can't see her as the person I thought she was anymore. Someone who was unreachable by the likes of me, a superstar, the popular girl. Always thought she could get any guy she wanted. And she can. But it's not as she wanted to. Walking out of the corridor, Naomi once again speaks up. A voice I'm used to, and rather fond of hearing.
We should probably go somewhere quiet. I want to talk.
About what?
Come on. It's not as if you don't know by now. I want to talk about Kyoko.
I did, but it's always good to ask. Continue on past the rays of classrooms. My weary eyes watch through the glass, trying to spot out the very girl in both our minds. It's evident she'd find out eventually. She'd find out all about the type of relationship I've had with Naomi. That we become friends. As the afternoon light pierces through the tiny slithers of window around the corridor, Naomi's grip slides down from my sleeve and towards the embrace of my hand. A nervous feeling. She's shaking. The warmth she's held inside her, shaking about my palm, Pulls even closer as she does to continue to tighten her already fierce, lonely grip.
This way.
Strolling around the school, we find ourselves bursting through the main doors of the fresh air outside. The world fading into silence as the sounds of students grow even so muffled in the building behind us. The warmth of the sun complements Naomi's own, as both of us are graced by a passing spring breeze. Her hair, swaying softly in the wind, shines in the sunlight as she stands with her back towards my eyes. Are you sure you were even allowed out here? The question flies past her, giving instead a blank response as she continues to stare off into the distance. I guess now isn't the time for our usual back and forth routine. This is the real Naomi. You want to talk about her, right?
No. I just wanted to ask how your day was. Of course it's about her.
Turning to face, Naomi's eyes are filled with sadness, seldomly with the theme seen from her. Yet one I've come to know. Her lips remain firm, locked in a sorrow-filled frown as they glisten in the light, matching the teardrops hanging from her eyes. Taking a short breath, words once again start flowing from her heart.
I just really want things to be normal again. I don't know what to do.
It's kind of granted that our plan, our attempts to unravel Kyoko's heart and tie it with her own, haven't been working out as well as we hope. The feelings Kyoko holds are locked behind the thoughts of betrayal, regret, and sorrow that separated them in the first place. That belief she can't forgive her. But as long as those feelings are there, there's always a chance. Kyoko feels the same.
What makes you say that?
Naomi's face fills with a mix of hope and confusion, tears still occasionally falling from her face as she wipes her eyes with her sleeve. With her blazer being batted with her by the breeze, she really does look beautiful, even if it's a beauty filled with sadness. I have been talking to her. Wasn't that the reason you asked for me to help? It's not if I didn't want to. I want to see you happy.
But Kyoko.
Her voice now filling further with despair. Naomi averts her eyes away as if she hide her emotions from my sight. An act of reservation from a girl usually dominating the world around her. Naomi, this whole time, as just being fragile. The heart inside her, broken as only has just begun to bleed with true emotion. Yeah. Kyoko was just upset at the time. Wouldn't you be? It would have been hard to forgive you, having been thrust into loneliness. You were there for her, but do you think she could see that? Would it really have been cleared for her? It just needs time to see the truth. She needs to see you really matter to her. Naomi lifts her head only slightly from the sunken state. It's enough to see she's crying. If you were truly friends before, I'm sure Kyoko would be more than willing to forgive you once she had time to gather her thoughts. You just need to keep trying. Now in full view, Naomi's tear-coated face catches the sunlight, teardrops sparkling around the sun like diamonds. All that comes from her are whimpers and ragged breaths as she finally opens her eyes. A deep ocean of azure, glossed over with a shine of tears, she wipes them away. Teardrops soaked into their shirt sleeves. Shirt and sleeve.
You know
Oh my
what?
God.
You're right. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. I bet you had no idea that things ran this deep between us. Did you?
No, I thought you were a bully. It's not as if I didn't want to help. Not just for Kyoko's sake, but more importantly, your own.
I don't need you looking down on me.
I'm not. I've been through this with you, haven't I? I just want you to see you happy.
Thank you.
With those words, Naomi continues to wipe away the sadness from her face, quickly gathering composure. Seeing her like this is captivating, her heart being truly made clear as her feelings are released from her cage. She really is something.
Anyway, we should probably head back inside before people see us. Class will start soon.
Are you still concerned about being seen together? I thought by now that she stopped caring.
I mean that the teachers will see us here. You idiot!
For once, it actually took effort for an insult to get out, a sign of sweeter things. Smiling softly towards me, Naomi's lips are marked with a faint redness from where she'd been biting them. Yet, it still adds to her beauty, a sign of trouble she had to deal with for so long. Despite her call to head inside, we stand there here together, basking in each other's presence.
I'll try to talk to her again, but it might take me some time too.
Ending her sentence with yet another smile, all I can do is enjoy the moment as Naomi continues to talk softly. A new tone of voice, one different of the hostility I'd gotten so used to. It sounds beautiful.
You know, the science labs look over the entrance, right? Perhaps she's been watching us the entire time.
Saying it jokingly, topping her thoughts was a laugh. Naomi's carelessness doesn't go unheeded in my mind as I reflect back over last week's events.
The lab looks over the school entrance. You two were there yesterday. Together.
Maybe. With her eyes now wider, filled with newfound passion, Naomi closes the gap between us, resting her hand upon my shoulder.
But we should really head inside. The bell rang a while ago.
What? Retorting with a giggle, Naomi skips ahead of my towards the entrance. Ahead of me, leaving me no other option but to chase her. Caught up in her trance as we both hurtle back to class as the delinquents we are. Being together like this, we do really seem like friends. We are friends. It's something I can be happy about. The feelings inside me now nestling, knowing that all we can do now is look towards the future. If we weren't friends, she wouldn't have let me see her cry. The only other person I could think she'd let see that is Kyoko. Damn, this is deep. I just really want things to be normal again. Yeah, she misses her friend. Poor girl. Afternoon classes come to an end. A figurative sigh of relief emanates from the surroundings as class breaks out into lethargy. The teacher, not really caring to dismiss us, ends the class with a sigh of her own as she goes through her typical routine of addressing the work we're supposed to be doing at home. Yeah, right now, all that's on my mind is thoughts of the two girls entwined together. Despite having the bond broken, or so I thought, the relationship is hard as to break. Yumi and Kyoko both missing the world they had together, spending time with one another as friends. As the sun seeps through the windows, a tranquil look of calmness fills the room, and specks of dust sparkle in the air. The shadows of passing students slicing through the light allow us to join them in raising on my seat. Oh my god. I'd be struggling reading these things, bro. Like, it's not me. There's got to be some typos here too. Yeah, maybe I just got bad reading skills. Moving my feet in rhythm, I make my way towards Kyoko's desk before stopping with a moment of hesitation. She looks low. Having just dealt with one outburst from Naomi, having a day filled with sorrow really wouldn't be invigorating. Are you okay?
No, it's all over.
What?
They kicked me out of the lab. I'm not allowed back in till tomorrow.
Why is that?
I...
Go on. Hesitating briefly, Kyoko's face becomes increasingly flustered as she looks down towards her desk. Such a tranquil sight quickly springs back to that of Kyoko's energetic self.
Drop the flask, okay? There. There's now a hole in the floor. It had acid in.
Hey, yo! And you didn't get expelled for that? Why?
Because they called me a good girl. Or something like that. Just to keep getting good grades.
Oh, right. Where would we be without her? Seeing her how good her grades really are firsthand would be something to witness. With what with midterms right around the corner? Yet my own question leaves me wondering what such a world would be like where I'd be without Kyoko.
Hey.
Sorry, what? I guess I zoned out.
I said that the club's not cancelled. We can always do other stuff, right?
Her enthusiastic nature is enough to draw the attention of odd classmates. The stragglers still dwindling around the room, despite class being long over. I guess the two of us counts too. Still, as Kyoko smiles blissfully towards me, hair caught up in the afternoon sun, I can only think of responding. I can't leave such a bright face waiting. What were you thinking?
Well, would you like to get a drink? We can always figure things out from there.
Okay, alright. Kyoko, with yet another captivating smile, raises from her seat with explosive passion, almost enough to knock the chair over as it slides across the smooth floor with a screech.
Ah,
Carving her ears, Kyoko comically scrunches her face in discomfort. That was your fault, you know.
what? I can't hear you.
Taking Kyoko's hand on my own, I bring them down to her side, only palms meeting briefly as Kyoko stares towards me before quickly shifting her eyes away. The brief glimpse of her world as her chocolate eyes met my own.
Come on. Let's go.
The short distance between Kyoko's desk and the door soon find us strolling together down in the corridor. Only the occasional person passing by is a reminder students find them either entwined in club activities or heading home. It's a life I was once familiar with, leaving class without a desire to further my time there. The bustling crowds quickly fading to quiet streets, I continue my day with other plans but to spend time with myself. Now that world has changed, now I have Kyoko. So what's your plan after this?
Plan?
What do you want to do after getting a drink? Quizzically tilting her head over so acutely, Kyoko returns my question with one of her own. Something so rare, the action itself catches me off guard, let alone her very words.
I don't know. Would it be okay to say I'm fine with spending time with you? It doesn't matter what we do.
The pale shade of the red on her cheeks, still a sign of her hushed embarrassment, as the sound of the steps continued dancing together between the confined walls. By now, she's probably learned to the curb such expression over a simple question between friends. Yet, as I learned over the span of these several days, it's not like I don't want to see us go further than that. But there's something missing. Well, we'll think of something. You're clever, right?
I'm not that smart. There are plenty of things I don't know. Plenty of things I want to.
As we approach the stairwell, taking us deeper into the school, towards the cafeteria, Kyoko's words hang on. Kyoko's words hang on the air as her sound is replaced with that of our footsteps once again. Oh my goodness.
I don't have enough.
With Kyoko staring in awe at the machine before us, we both remain locked in a trance as neither of us continue breaking the ice in the conversation. Instead, the brief moment of silence gives away the sounds of club activities in the distance. Cheers and shouts, mixed in with sounds of musical clubs furthering the melody we've become accustomed to at the time of day. Out of so many people, to be standing here as a pair takes me mind away from the possibilities which could have been laid before us before me. Kyoko. Now being such a major part of my routine, relationship has become the norm, shifting away as life once filled with apathy and bitterness. With all the people out there, Naomi's sure to be one of them, too. Both girls are now present within my routine. Both girls now so present in my mind. Do you want any change?
Really? You do that?
Of course. Quickly slipping my hand in my pocket, my fingertips are met with the cool metal loose coins and make their way to Kyoko's warm palm. Releasing them from my grip, her face lights up with joy as she turns back to the machine and slides them in.
There.
An audible thud springs out from the machine as my small bottle of juice lands in the tray below. Kyoko's expressions turn one already filled with happiness, to that one of overflowing with joy. Cracking open the seal, the bottle presses against her pink lips as she takes a long sip before pausing to turn to me. Traces of juice still lingering around her mouth, her lips shine in the light from above. Yo, we are too there's.
Help buy it after all.
Do I want some? You want me to share it? What?
I mean, do you want a sip?
Yeah, I knew that. That's a pretty direct way of asking for an indirect kiss.
Eh?
Like a beacon, her cheeks quickly glow a shade of crimson as she pushes her eyes to avoid our meeting together.
You mean we?
It's a saying. There's no need to get so worked up by it. Thinking about it now, it really makes me a little flustered too.
Still, with you, I wouldn't mind sharing the drink that is.
Her face continues to plunge further into an abyss of crimson. Yet I too can feel the warmth of my blood being pushed up to my own cheeks. My heart beating rhythmically certainly feels faster than normal around her. Well, pass it here then. He's about to drink this? Bro, what the? Trying to muster up some sort of composure. Kyoko slowly passes the bottle towards me, the same flushed look coating her face. Her usual pale cheeks now glowing red as I take the bottle into my hand. Orange juice?
It's the best.
Her eyes briefly scared away from my own, before turning back towards me as I slowly take a half-drink bottle towards my mouth. With nothing but the sound of other clubs gracing our ears, this empty hall, the entire situation is being extremely overplayed by the both of us. In one swoop motion, the rest of the drink flows down my throat as Kyoko's face really quickly turns from this sheepishness to shock.
You drink it all?
I thought that's what you wanted, right? Half each?
No, I just wanted you to try some. Nothing else.
Kyoko shyly peers away from me, less arranged by the fact that I'd finished their drink, but embarrassed by the fact that I drank it. I really guess sharing the drink with each other is too much for her. We both bask in another round of silence. I watch over her as she fidgets with her fingers, with her eyes pointed towards her feet. Seeing her this embarrassed, this reluctant to talk, it really is different from our usual time together. So, Kyoko.
Yeah?
Why did you form the club?
Haven't you already asked us?
I'm not sure, but even so, I'd still like to hear it. Focusing back towards me, Kyoko's eyes just hold a faint look of reminiscence as she breathes softly amidst the lingering silence. Her nervousness all too apparent as she looks deep within my eyes before turning her own away from once again.
Well, I've always wanted to focus on academics. I want to go to university. But I want to share that passion with people too. That's why I'm glad someone finally joined. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, Kyoko. Looking back at me with a smile, trace of crimson as she masks Kyoko's cheeks as she resumes fidgeting with her fingers. It's a cute smile. One which I can cherish. It's a smile of sincerity. Well, I'm glad that you feel that way. Seeing her like this, it's not as I can't hold my composure either. I'm not that good at science. I don't really know much, but I'm happy to be part of the club.
Really? That makes me happy.
Letting loose another smile filled with warmth, Kyoko pirouettes around, her hair swiftly gliding around the air. She returns her gaze back to me. This time, her embarrassed and sheepish expression is nowhere to be seen, and she looks on with a friendly grin. That nervousness, once radiating from within her, replaced with a newfound confidence.
Well, there's not really much we can do. We should probably head home.
I wouldn't mind spending more time with you, but you're right. Responding to her own set of smiles with one of my own, Kyoko peers back to look with resolve deep within her eyes. Our time together, despite now coming to an end, has only just started in the long run. I can't find myself giving up on this feeling. Coming to know Kyoko as a genuine person, dispelling the rumors and ideas I once had about her, I can truly appreciate her as a friend. The dreams she once held and once shared with Naomi, now being passed on to me as we continue our routine at the club. Walking down the corridors unison, engrossed in the surrounding silence, all I can do is mull over the time we spent together. The time that I've spent with them both. For them to overcome their feelings and right the wrongs of the past, it'll surely take a lot. Yet, I don't see a future where they can't put their differences behind them. I don't want them to have any regrets, as our short time left at this school continues to dwindle. I want them to be happy. Alright, is that the end? Plenty of things I want to. Maybe we should end it right here. I think we got our resolution, and yeah, I think we're gonna be done here tonight. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure I have a streak. Alright, let's save and then go about our business. That was fun. That was truly fun. Alright, we go to load. No. Alright. Thank you again for watching Chemically Bonded, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll be posting the rest tomorrow. Man, it is taking a long. It's been about 6 parts, and been an hour each. So that's 6 hours of gameplay. And I bet you got like another 2 or 3 episodes left. But we are getting closer. If you want, comment below who you think that is more of a better character. I like Naomi, but I think Kyoko is like, she has a, I don't know. I can just say I'm Team Naomi. Let's say that.